Hey Dan.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, good. How are you doing?
Good. Long time no see.
Yeah, things are moving. We just got a bunch of exciting updates we just pushed about 20 minutes ago.
Amazing. Yeah, I saw an email or two come through. That's great.
Cool.
I'm loving this platform, by the way. You guys are like, I've said it before, but like, man, it's you guys have like created just such an amazing platform.
Thank you. Hopefully oh no, Muhammad's not in here yet, Tim.
Oh, that's too bad.
We
Yeah,
were
he didn't get to hear
telling we
that.
were telling one of our engineers, we're like, you have to join because you can like hear you can hear some feedback and then we were joking. I was like, oh, of course, like this will be the meeting that he joins, and then it's like, oh, it's terrible. It's not. It's everything's broken. But of course, the first thing you say. But thank you, appreciate it. We'll definitely
Absolutely.
we'll
I'd
translate that
read
over.
I'd reiterate it if he was
Yeah.
in here.
Okay. Yeah. Hey Tim.
Hey Ross, how we doing?
Good. Good. How are you doing?
Yeah, very well, thank you.
Also got Lucas in here. Hey Lucas.
Hey there, how you going? Can you hear me all right?
Yep. Got you good.
Good, good.
All right. Got most. I think at least the early birds in here. So we're gonna kick things off today, actually going over some of the latest updates that we just pushed about 20 minutes ago, and then we can go over some Q&A kind of throughout that process. If anybody has anything, just feel free to do the little Zoom raise hand thing, and we'll get to you. So yeah, getting right started. So we've got character count display. So this is like the first part of one of the next kind of ways that agencies will be able to resell and make additional, like add another additional revenue stream in addition to selling additional chatbots, additional message credits. You'll now eventually be able to resell additional storage. And what that means is if one of your clients has tens of thousands of documents and a massive knowledge base that they want to upload, you can basically iterate that on your different tiers. You can, your first tier, you could be like, I have a 10 million character count limit. And so that character count limit is actually, you can see that by going to the train data section. You can see now there's a little total characters tab that represents the total characters for each different section and the total characters total. So if we go down to the bottom here, we can see the total characters across all of the data sources throughout this knowledge base. And so this now will give not only agencies, but the end users kind of some context about how much content they're uploading, how much, characters are truly on a website or a web page. That's definitely something we're continuing to reiterate to people, is scraping the raw data and just uploading it raw might not be the best use case of that content. So this will be one of the ways that we kind of help with that. Yeah, so that will be coming soon. The ability to add additional packages and be able to upcharge for that feature, basically. But everything else for that is right now. Leads table and export. So this is one of the biggest things that people have been asking about for forever. So now you have the ability to see your leads in a table and actually download them via a CSV. Round of applause for everybody. This is one of the most requested things. So I'm super stoked on this, and this is again that leads to more functionality and more things. So this is the kind of that first step where we have the email and the user chat UID and the date that conversation happens. Where this functionality gets extended is when we update the form to add custom fields, all those custom fields will be shown across this table. Being able to dynamically pull this data out via the API when a new person submits that information. That's coming probably by the end of next week. So these are all things that are kind of building on top of these other things, these building blocks that we've had. And this is how we've kind of built the entire platform. We kind of have to, we get the quote unquote MVP feature out first, and then we optimize and build on top of it to continue to add functionality. So super stoked on that. Chatbot cloning. That's another big one that people have asked for. So now you have the ability to clone them within your agency account and or within any sub account. So you can do that by going into view, and now there's an option where you can click clone chatbot, and then this will allow you to move it into any sub account. That one's pretty simple. A bunch of UI improvements just kind of across everything. Pagination, that's one of the big things that we're adding across a lot more places, like the conversations tab. So this should help managing and organizing all of that data, as well as the search feature that's coming very shortly as well. So you can search all of your conversations. More updates to widget customization. So last week we had the ability to edit the, I believe it was the height.
Right.
But now you can also do width, I believe.
No, not width
No?
yet. We are getting that
Or is it
done
still
soon.
height?
You can also do the
Oh, it's
border
border radius. That's what it was.
and the background,
Got it. Okay.
as well as you can change where it says available, like almost like the chatbot's available. You can change that subheading to indicate something else.
Oh, yes. Yes. So this guy right here.
Exactly.
Change right there. Yeah. Gotcha. And this is, so we recognize that this is starting to get large. So one of the things that we're going to be doing is updating the UI. So we're not going to, like I said last time, we're not going to be changing where things are. We're not going to be changing where certain buttons and things are, but we're just going to try to optimize it where, just like how the edit section is, where it's like this page, then you go next to this page, then you go next to this page. We'll be following that similar flow for certain other things, like being able to modify that. So for example, especially when we add the customization of the lead forms and all of our lead gen functionality, that will be kind of another page that you get added throughout this flow. It should be very logical and organized, same way from the same way that we've kind of done everything else. So should make logical sense. And then I guess, Tim, do you want to kind of touch on some of these upcoming stuff that you've been working on?
Yeah, so one of them you already alluded to, which is the outgoing webhook. So when a lead is collected, in our form, which exists today we allow the ability to input an email and get it. But soon we'll have the ability for you to define any field you want to be collected. And when that field is collected, you can define an outgoing webhook URL, basically a URL that we hit up with that data in JSON so you can get it into your system.
So essentially what will happen is there will be a little text box with a field that you can paste in a webhook URL. And then every time, and this will be per chatbot, right, Tim?
Right. So it'll probably be in the chatbot interface, but exactly a
so
URL.
It'll be something in here probably where you'll be able to paste in an endpoint, and then every time a lead opts in from that chatbot, that data, whatever it may be, whatever you've set it up as, will be hit with that data. So that way that customer or that client's CRM can get pinged immediately with that contact data.
Right. And then building onto this, so today, right, we have the ability to show a form before the user interacts with a chatbot.
Yeah.
But of course, this is a chatbot, right? That's a little bit boring in some ways. And so what we've developed is now soon the chatbot. This is working in our dev environment now. I've shown Ross and Mohammed, demos of this, so people are excited. But soon, what it'll be able to do is you'll be able to just let the chatbot, start talking with the customer, and then it'll prompt the customer and say, "Hey, by the way, can I collect your email address and whatever else you tell it to collect?" And it'll behave the exact same way. So it'll collect those items. The chatbot will actually know it's collected those items, and then it will actually kick off in our system some code that will send that to that endpoint that we were just talking about. So completely within the actual chat and kind of naturally, the chatbot will collect data about the user, a potential lead, and then send it to whatever system you need.
Yeah. And this is also kind of the launch point for calendar booking,
Yep.
automated calendar booking as well, because
Yep.
essentially instead of us hitting that endpoint for sending the data to the CRM, we're hitting the endpoint to receive calendar availability and or send data back to book the meeting with that corresponding time.
Exactly. So the chatbot would be able to schedule a meeting, let the user know, "Hey, here's the slots I have available." The user can respond back, "Oh, what about, next Thursday?" And it'll have a method, the chatbot, that can use to kind of query and find out and say, "Yes, actually, I am available then. Let's go ahead and get it scheduled." And then it'll schedule the meeting. So
Yeah.
it's going to be pretty
That's
amazing.
so
It impressed
cool.
me.
It's so sick. It's like
That's so cool. I was playing with WooSender. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but I was playing with WooSender, and that was like, Tim, that was like one of the coolest features it had in it was the conversational ability to go back and forth in scheduling a meeting, like hands
Yeah.
down. I hopped on with WooSender and I told them, I was like, I'm sold. I was like, how much is it and where can I buy? And then you guys came in and I was like, let me try this real quick. And I was like, whoa. I was like, what you guys have built from like a white label side. And I see Muhammad's on the call, so I'll call him out again. Like
there you
absolutely unbelievable work. Like, I come from kind of a development tech background and like love this platform. What you guys have done from a white label perspective it's not easy. Like in the short amount of time I've heard you guys have had it up. I mean, very impressive. So congrats.
Yeah, we've put together an amazing team here, and we move very, very rapidly. Obviously, as Ross was alluding to earlier, we use a development approach that focuses really on just getting things out and then letting the customers, so you guys, iterate and give us suggestions to improve it. So that's our philosophy and approach to everything. And thank you, by the way, Dan, all your feedback. I mean, you and I were talking this morning via Feature OS, and I love your idea of a kind of workaround to show it the link. So thank you for all that feedback. It's very helpful.
Absolutely.
Was that on the affiliate rewardful thing?
No, that was actually Dan was asking about a Calendly integration in Feature OS today, and
no, somebody else was. I just was like, here's a viable workaround is what I suggested, and then you guys.
Okay.
So someone else, I was like, this is what I do to use it right now, and I just program it with the Calendly link, so it gives it back to the user, so they can at least navigate to it.
Yeah.
For the short term.
That's great. Okay,
Term.
well, thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
for responding to that one. I was surprised this weekend actually, because I was looking into this and I said, okay, let me go figure out how I schedule appointments through the Calendly API, and they don't have an endpoint for scheduling appointments.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Come on.
That's wild, actually.
It blew my mind. It blew my mind. But that's fine. We're going directly. I mean, we can bypass Calendly. Great product there as far as scheduling appointments, but I think that's a miss on their end. So we're going to go directly to Google Calendar and check availability and schedule through that.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Cool. So open up for Q&A. Anybody? Just kind of chatting now. Tim, how you doing?
Yeah, hi guys. So I've been on vacation for a few weeks, which has meant I've not launched our front end website, which we're just about ready to do now. But we've been doing lots of demos with different clients. In fact, I have one tomorrow, which is one of my big customers who are an engineering company. They have 14 offices across Europe, so they have 14 languages. Out of that 14 languages, maybe 4 are in English, so UAE is in English. their international sites in English, the UK and Ireland are all in English. But then they have a French website, a German website, a Polish website, a Czech website, a Scandinavian website. And so they want to try the chatbot solution. They're currently using HubSpot, which is not great for them, because when the guys clock off at 5, 6 o'clock in the evening, then there's no support. So with the way I've sort of positioned this is that, you know, they can have 24/7 all day support. They really like that idea, and I've given them various demos of our chatbots that we've used so far. We've not done any training data on their content yet because they have a massive amount of engineering technical data. And it's sort of, so the first question would be, in terms of languages, where are we with that in terms of what can I say, and what's the right approach to sort of pitch to them?
Yeah, so I believe OpenAI says that they're capable of, I think it's what, 184, I think, languages. So in theory, it should work flawlessly with any majorly known language. We've tested it, and we've gotten feedback from other users that have tried to like use it in a way that you might not expect, and it still works. So for example, you could have a knowledge base in English, but the information and the users are talking in Russian or something, and that information can translate. And we had a client last week that told me that works. And I was like, okay. Exactly, that was my reaction too.
I actually had a French Canadian client that came in and asked me if it could translate, and we went in and programmed the base system to say, "Hey, speak in the language in which the client speaks to you in," and then all the responses and replies ended up being in the foreign language that was spoken to it in. So it's almost just understanding how to think in the prompting, right? Like how do you think from the base system perspective on how to give your clients what they're looking for? Right? Somebody wants it to translate. Of course, the AI can translate. How do you inform the AI that it should be doing that? Right? And that's kind of the approach I took, and it started translating in French, no problem.
That's really helpful.
When they started to talk in French. So it's almost like, how do you have an intro message that's like, hey, in some kind of way, maybe probably English, just because English is pretty universal. Feel free to speak in any language you'd like. It will pick up on the language you're speaking in, and we can have a conversation. What are you looking for? You know, something along those lines. They'll speak in their language. It will respond in their language.
That's really cool, because then we don't have to create 14 different chatbots. We can create one with one set of data, because it's common across the whole business.
You got it.
And then, like with that base prompt instruction, that's really helpful. So that brings me on to another question, really. Our approach now is going to change after these various demos we've done with clients. So we were going to push out and just launch with a 3-tier pricing model. So it'll be £49 in the UK, £199, and then like an enterprise or bespoke pricing tier. The thing that's confused my potential customers is they're going, well, why do I need more than one chatbot? If I move up to the middle tier where you're offering me 3 or 5 chatbots, why do I need 3 or 5 chatbots? And my view really now for our launch might be that we turn it around. So it's a 1 chatbot for £49. It's 1 chatbot for £199, but you get an enhanced level of support. And then we can tier that up for big clients like this engineering client, where we can say, well, actually, you know, you need us to go into your business and do a whole raft of, you know, language support and everything else. And it's a big project. Maybe that's a 1999 type of project, you know, and I think that, I don't know, Ross, what kind of feedback have you got from other sort of resellers in terms of, do you find if they move up a tier, are people using multiple chatbots, or is it, you know, are they just enhancing the one they've got?
Leveraging the message credits too in your tiers, I think, would be powerful. So your first tier at 49 or 99 could have 3,000 credits, and then that next tier is still 1 chatbot, but it has 10,000 credits. So that price per credit goes down, making that middle tier the higher perceived value. And then your enterprise tier could show unlimited chatbots, unlimited message credits, VIP, pricing or onboarding, whatever, all the things, like value stack the heck out of that enterprise option, and then make it seem that like you can price that one so high to where it makes the middle tier seem the most reasonable, which is the one that you're actually trying to get people on anyways.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I price the enterprise one, like either price it extremely high or contact for pricing. Because then that basically means it's extremely high.
Yeah. I mean, one of the things that we're not going to go and do, and I'm not too concerned with, is really what other chatbots are doing in terms of their pricing structure, because I've seen it varies so much. You know, you can have a chatbot for $19 or $9 a month.
Yeah.
But it has nowhere near the value that they have with the dashboard in the back of Stammer, which is incredible, because that's the selling point for me as an agency, going in and saying, look, guys, this is what you get. You're completely hands-free. We can come in and help you and support you with it, but actually you're totally in control.
Yeah. When the lead gen stuff, it's going to supercharge this like no other, because instead of it just becoming we'll save you cost, customer support, great. I mean, that's cool. But like flipping it to being a lead gen system that nothing else has changed. And all of a sudden you've placed this thing on their website and their list just starts magically growing.
Mm.
That's the real value at this at scale, where you can be like, here's a chatbot that will collect X amount, a percentage more leads on your existing website traffic with you doing nothing. And that's what that's the magic pill that everyone wants. And that doesn't exist, I don't think. But like this kind of does that, or will do that.
Pump that into an automated CRM and like, man,
you're done.
That is right.
And you could charge thousands for that.
Right. You want to talk about scaling a business and doing it in an automated, systemized way. I mean, it doesn't get more elegant than that.
Yeah. And there's a study that we've been referencing that businesses who use chatbots generate 36% more leads and improve sales by 67%.
Wow.
I'll post that link in the chat. So that I think it's not only going to change how we kind of structure our positioning of the platform, because because right now it's like you could do this and you could do this and you can do this. The feedback that I'm getting is agencies still don't know how to position this as an offer, because no one knows still what all this stuff can actually do. We know what growing an email list, everyone knows what that is and what that can do, what the power of that does for a business. No one actually cares the way that is done. So if we're doing it in a way that's just, we just embed this little thing on your website and then it's done, like that perceived value is so crazy high.
Yeah, that lead gen, to your point, that's crazy. Just pumping that. I mean, think about it. I've spent multiple years putting together an automated CRM system, and even just to think of pumping like leads in that easily from. I mean, we do it with a little bit of a chatbot, but like, I mean, you're like are you doing like, is it like pixel identification? Like, how are you getting the email? Like, are you actually going down to the pixel level? And
no, so
is it just the interaction?
It's just the interaction, exactly.
Got it. Okay.
So it's basically like the optimization of having someone click the link, going to the form, entering the form, versus the chatbot just being, "What's your email?" and then
got it.
Oh,
so cool.
Yeah.
Got you.
And so the way that we're thinking about this is there's kind of two sides to this. There's the form, the true form, which will be fully custom and be optional or required, all the same way it is now. And that data can be entered in normally and be sent out. But let's say you want different information or more information. So what you could do is in the chatbot form on the front end, you could have, I want your name, email, simple and easy. But what you train the chatbot to ask is maybe several other questions that are, are you the founder of the company? Are you, what's your current MRR? Oh, are you doing marketing right now? These are other things that the chatbot would be able to ask in conversation and then pull the answers out and then slot them in that
Mm,
thing, in the table.
that's unbelievable.
Yeah. I can't wait. I'm so
Yeah.
excited. I'm so excited to like use it for myself and for ourselves.
I
And
was
then
I have a CRM that I'm gonna like plug this right into as soon as you guys have it as well. And it's an
yeah.
automated CRM that like does follow up for like 2.5 years if people don't respond. Like
Oh,
the
there you
thing
go.
is, it's like it's for a solar business. And I can't wait to plug something like this into it.
I mean, where this blew my mind was like I was talking to this guy who runs been in the mortgage business for 40 years or something, and they're generating hundreds of thousands of website visitors every month. And I'm like, well, imagine, imagine just the thinking, just running down the base numbers. 50% of people expect a website chat widget. 25% of those people are actually going to use it. I mean, you're talking thousands and thousands and thousands of leads that are added per month. And when you're talking on the lifetime value of that customer is in the tens of thousands of dollars, it's like, what's the true value of that to that type of business? Right. And because as the agency, you control the whole thing from the white label, sector, you will have the control to essentially be notified every time somebody gets a lead. So there's no like, oh, how many leads did you get? So you could do like billing per lead. There's like so many options that come kind of out of that, where the opportunities, I guess, weren't so easily obtained before, if that makes sense. I don't know, maybe. But yeah, so very exciting. And then the whole calendar booking thing, that's like the next step where, okay, now the list is growing great, but now if you could also now get more meetings booked on your calendar automatically.
You're gonna start competing with WooSender very well.
Yeah, WooSender, Capri AI, Zappy Chat, they're all on my hit list basically.
I had two requests that I wanted to make just from like an agency perspective. The more I think through this, the more I actually like dive into doing this as like a white label. I find myself like I'm talking to other agencies that want to implement this, and they're basically, some of them are like, you do it for me, you set everything up, and it's gotten me to like question, like, okay, I'm not necessarily uncomfortable if they know Stammer.ai is behind it. I'm almost just thinking like, okay, from a white label perspective, are we able to even put like down an agency level where it would be white labeled, or can you almost not even do that because of the amount of stuff behind it? And it got me to thinking of like, okay, well, from the front end, like what is and I'll just share this real quick and then we can dive into it, but or then guys can tell me kind of what you think. But from what I got was the dashboard and the support are really the only two places in which, like, from an agency perspective, you would know if you'd know it's Stamer. Like, what about the idea? And I'm just throwing this out there, to have the ability to edit the title and buttons here to provide our own support system ticketing from an agency perspective, and then office hours or something similar, and the ability to potentially edit office hours and put in our own office hours, and then going to even something like the help. This is really, I would imagine that most agencies may implement their own quick start guide or their own knowledge base or their own product roadmap, right? Like the product roadmap is definitely going to be different than the actual development product roadmap for most agencies, right? Like my roadmap for like my product, although it sits on top of your product, will be a much differently explained.
Yeah.
And as from an agency perspective, almost having the ability to embed these things and then share it out to other said agency, and then they're able to update, like if they wanted to keep our stuff in it, they can, or your stuff, for instance. Like if we wanted to just say, hey, this is the default, comes with Stammer, but you can update it into your own stuff, or I can update it into my own stuff and, you know, put my own quick start guide, my own knowledge base, my own product roadmap, and then maintain those as like the agency that then deploys down to the clients, if that makes sense. And really the only two spots I saw that, like, because I walked through it, was the support and the dashboard, and really the only spots were this, you know, these spots and these spots. And really, what is it that we want to edit? It would be really the title, the message, the link, and then for me, almost a visibility of showing it or hiding it, right? Like maybe we don't even want to offer support, so we like hide the entire support thing, or maybe we don't want to offer you know, a quick start guide or a knowledge base. I'm assuming we would, but I'm just almost throwing it out there that, like, you know, somebody may want to hide all of these elements to just say, I'm going to make it the bare bones system. I'm going to have my quick start guide, my knowledge base, my product roadmap, all in my web front interface. And then I'm just going to have this as the product back end, and almost not rely on kind of the documentation side inside the platform, but bring it out to like my front end web platform, if that makes sense.
That should be easily doable. Yeah.
Definitely. And actually, those pages should not show in your white labeled version. So our knowledge base, support page, product roadmap, that should not show in your white labeled version. So let us know if you log into it and you see it.
No, I think I just assumed. Oh, it does?
I see it. I see it in mine.
It's in there. It
No,
won't,
I
it
think
won't be
it,
your clients won't see it.
yes,
Sub accounts
exactly.
don't see it.
Sub accounts, yeah.
That's, yeah, good point. That's what I mean.
And would they see it even if even if I had a client logged into the root account, they wouldn't see that?
If they're logged into your agency account, they would see it, yes.
Okay, but okay, that's so basically what I'm trying to do is I want to put an environment together and then deploy it down to an agency, and I want to basically be able to configure that stuff for the agency. You know, either my stuff with the roadmap or quick start guide, or their stuff with their product roadmap and their quick start guide, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then I can basically say, okay, agency, here you go. Here's your entire setup. You control your product roadmap, you control your documentation, you control, if they even want that. They may not want that. We can integrate if needed, but you know, the idea is that you can give them full control over the back end documentation.
I think like in your little screen, can you pull up that?
Absolutely. I'll share those with you guys too. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, all I think we would really need to do is just make that editable, change the link, show it. Like those are all pretty fairly simple things.
Right. And the only spot I'd want it is probably under the support, the ability to just put our own support in there, and then under this part. And then I think for me, at least from an agency perspective, I'd be golden.
Cool.
You know, I think I'd have most of the settings. I mean, you guys have a lot of the stuff on the roadmap that I'm looking for, and I've already developed most of what I would need. And I think this is like, for me, this is almost like the final piece.
Cool.
Alongside and then I wanted to chat with you guys about the affiliate marketing as well. So the ability for us as an agency to affiliate market out to our clients and also have it tracked back through this system. I know we had chatted a little bit about it, but almost just to have a conversation about it.
Yeah. Tim, you got any updates on that? I know it's tricky.
Yeah, I mean, that should be, so what you want to do, right, just to be clear, is you want to add some JavaScript code to your white labeled version that would allow you to operate an affiliate platform, you want to be able to share your affiliate, right?
You got it. So, and then it be able to track
easy.
the sales as well, and it be able to track the sales as well. It would be like my biggest thing, because what I'm coming up with right now is I want to do rewardful. And then I go and put it on the base website, and I'm like, but all the sales are going through this system. So how am I going to know? I'm going to have to do some sort of back end check. And if I had a way to kind of embed my affiliate into this, and it were able to check, like, hey, are you, like, was there an affiliate that tracked this person to the white label account? That would be very helpful, if that makes sense.
We did that internally, so that, I mean, it's possible.
Right. And it's almost taking
possible.
it just one level higher, right? Like almost giving it to like us putting the affiliate program in, since 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 the theory is that they won't really know about Stammer if it's a white label, but I still want to provide them the ability to do affiliate, and we'll pay it out of our sales, right? Like almost instead of the global sales, it's like we'll pay it out of our agency sales.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, and because Rewardful is coming from your account in Stripe, and that's where the transactions rely, as long as that Rewardful is connected to the right sub account that's created when you do the Stripe connection.
Yep.
That's where that revenue will be held and can be percentaged and all that.
Totally. Yeah, that's exactly it. So these features and then the affiliate marketing, and I feel like I'd be quiet on your future calls. But yeah, no, loving it.
Cool. Yeah, we'll get those added.
I'll share those screenshots in the chat,
Okay, cool.
and I'll send them to you via email as well.
So my connection went down when you were chatting there before. Tim, could you share that link again for the that report you mentioned, the chatbot report?
Oh, yeah. Let me copy that because Ross shared that. Here we go.
Great, thanks.
And and also the sign up. I mean, this is probably something that's super easy. Is it possible to get like the just like a dynamic sign up? So like, when we hit the login and go to like the login screen, there's the ability to like swap back and forth between login and sign up. Just so I don't have to put two buttons, one for sign up, one for login. Would that be possible?
Yes,
Does
that
make sense?
No, that makes complete sense. I'm just trying to, it just has to be on the agency package because you're talking about register versus, yeah.
Yeah,
and I think
because
we can do that.
Cool. Yeah, because I'm just finding that I'm having to basically create all the user accounts, and I did find the sign up, but I also tried to go through the sign up as just a random user, and it kicked it back to me and said it failed or didn't work. And I guess
did we hide that from non-agency?
We did. Yeah, the register functionality does not exist for non-agency
and I
customers.
And I think probably what I did was saw your sign up button Stammer and assumed the white label and then just put the end part on it with the sign up and got to it. But that's probably why it didn't work.
Okay. But double check that because yeah, we can certainly add, a link to register when that feature and that functionality is enabled. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
Updating that entire page.
That landing page. Is there a way to customize that landing page? So again, I did a demo with another client and they obviously, as I was demoing, they took the URL from the screen when I was demoing them and they went to the thing and it says register now. So you've got the login page and the register at the bottom, and it then created them a free account. They've not used it, but I just wondered is there a way to customize that page?
Eventually, yes.
Eventually, okay.
Yeah, so this is not like what it would look like, but this is kind of the format that we're going after. So this will have those two things, sign up or log in right here. And then this will be a place where you can customize this entire window, basically. So where this image is right here, you could basically put in anything.
Well, yeah, that would be cool.
That's awesome. And is there any setting on my side that I need to do to enable that sign up or registration process, Tim or Ross?
No, let me just check. What account level are you on?
I think probably the first tier or the second tier.
Okay, that's probably why.
Because I'm running out of user spaces, or
No, so that's a feature that we pushed to the agency tier only as a incentive to get people to go with that unlimited situation.
I mean, I plan to upgrade to that. There's no question. I mean, that's the one I'm headed towards. It's almost just getting my bearings and my
Your
feet with
bearings,
this
yeah.
one. Yeah.
Do you
Got
think
it.
that's something that we should offer as an additional add-on to people that are not on the agency tier for an extra charge?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, or anybody else, just kind of open.
I feel as if I would, and the idea is adding it as a feature. Like, do you want your users to be able to register for free? That it's in like that type of added feature.
Correct. Yeah. The white label free trials feature that's currently a part of the agency package allows you to have unlimited people sign up and create free trials, and it doesn't count towards your chatbot limit.
And that's only in the okay. That I mean, like I don't mind upgrading. I think I was just doing it to like get the hang of it. If that exists in that plan, I would probably just go to that plan and just commit.
Yeah.
Like I'm ready. You know, like I know I want to use this. I already have so many people interested. It's just a matter of time before I was going to do the upgrade anyway. So if that exists in that level, then I'll just upgrade to that level.
Yep. That
Okay.
exists in that level.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
Ross, it sounds like we need to make that more
Clear.
apparent.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll work on that.
Yeah.
No worries.
Is there a way to manage that free trial process when they so if they have it, like for us, we're going to do a 7-day free trial before they kick into a paid subscription. If there was just the free trial option where they can just go and have a play, is it just taking them into that blank register now section, yeah, which you showed before?
Pretty much, yeah. So when you're on that agency level, you're able to set how many credits you want to be allocated to these sub-account free trials. And so these are deducted from your agency pool, but the chatbot that gets given to this sub-account free trial is not taken from your agency pool. So this is how like you essentially control it for your clients. So if you want your clients to sign up and be able to take full advantage of the platform, upload information, create a custom knowledge base, create the chatbot, base system prompt, all the whole 9 yards, but they're limited to however many credits you set here.
And so let's say they use those credits. How do they get pushed onto the subscription plan then?
They would either go and purchase it via your subscription package via their dashboard.
Within their dashboard, yeah.
Within their dashboard, correct.
Yeah.
Or you would have that link in one of your email follow-ups or another retargeting sequence, and then they would click that link and then they would go to Stripe purchase, and then it would redirect them back to your dashboard.
Got you. Okay. It's just another nice giveaway, isn't it? 50 free credits. You can do a demo, webinar, whatever. Just gives people a chance to play with the system for free.
Exactly. Yeah. So, and this is how you can start. You can basically leverage that to be like, as a white label agency, you can now offer no credit card required free trials, usage-based free trials. Which
yes, please.
Which is yeah. There you go. Yeah.
No, you guys are definitely making it easy to sell as well. Like even the onboarding, try it, like, get involved, like free and, it's great. And then it leads all into actually using it and fine tuning it. Even the ability that you guys have, like that little demo is amazing. Being able to rip that little demo out and send it, like, 10 minutes, I've put together a couple of little chatbots and I've been like, try this demo. This is just a brief example of what it could turn into, and it's just so easy to flip.
Are you mentioning one of those prompt templates?
Not even. I have like created a few of my own templates, but then put them into a bot, and then you have that get the embed link and then get the shareable link. That shareable link just acts amazing as a demo. Like I can just send that and be like, here's your demo.
Yep. No landing page needed or anything. Yeah.
Nothing. It's just like, you want to try the interactivity. That's what it's all about. Like, go ahead and try it and see if you want to sign up or not.
Yep. Shout out to Muhammad on that one. That was
Yeah, it's great. It's great.
that was an unknown feature coming, but that was a great one.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Mohammed,
Yeah.
you completely came up with that idea, that
It-
concept on your own.
It makes demoing so easy. Like, I can create a quick chatbot, put a template down, train it, and then send out that link all within 10 minutes. And somebody, like, I get off a call with somebody within 10 minutes. I have them that link, and they're like, "What?"
In the follow-up. That's sick.
Right.
Nice.
That's
So
cool.
it's like, yeah. So, anyways,
I noticed you do have a couple of like standard prompts on your front end website. I noticed you got one for real estate and another one for sales. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah.
Have you got any sort of like other tips on what should go into those prompts? Because they're like, that's what we've learned how to do within hours, and like ring fence what it can say, what it can't say. Don't talk about competitors.
Yeah.
Don't talk about XYZ. Don't talk about maths because you're crap at maths. Things like that.
Yeah, so this is the kind of the example I've been sending to everybody, because it takes advantage of ChatGPT as well with the plugin Web Pilot. And so this is one of the really like advantageous things that you can do, is basically take the example and then paste in your client's website, and ChatGPT will pull down the information from that website and then remake the prompt for your client. And so that entire process is documented in that link that I just sent. And we're actually working on implementing that process into the platform natively. So that way you don't even need to worry about doing that whole process with ChatGPT.
That's awesome. Yeah. But there's the value add straight away. So we can go into a client and use that asset there, and go to the client and say, look, here you go, guys.
Yep.
dude,
So
100%.
Your information, your website, there you go.
there'll be
100%.
Yeah. So there will be a little text box to enter in the website URL, and then there will be a little drop down next to it that'll be like, do you want a customer support bot? Do you want a sales bot? Do you want an internal tools bot or whatever? And those will basically just be based off of those master templates, quote unquote, that we've kind of figured out. And then it gets people going. Like it gets people like in the frame of mind, like, oh, it's not just like 3 sentences. I can write a lot of stuff, a lot of rules, and like it like gets people 60%, 70% of the way there to then modify it and kind of perfect it themselves.
That's excellent. Ross, remember a while ago we called them icebreaker prompts. So icebreaker questions. So if someone doesn't know what to ask the chatbot, or they're scared to ask, or because it says ask me anything, or you can say, look, ask me about XYZ. Is there a way to implement little blocks that says, commonly asked questions? Or
we're that's coming up soon. We're calling that was it predefined questions, I think?
I think with a slightly different name.
Prepositioned. Yeah.
And then also teaser questions as well, that tease the user to open the chatbot. Yeah.
Icebreakers is such a better name though.
That is. Yeah.
There you go.
Prepositioned. What are we thinking? But yes,
cool.
that's coming.
What would you say on that? Like a few weeks, months, whatever?
I mean, that's in progress, I believe, right now.
I believe it is. I'll have to check on the board, but yeah, it should be a few weeks, I would say.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
maybe less. It just depends.
End of next week, maybe. We're kind of going to a 1 update per week-ish schedule, kind of. So basically, we're kind of working on everything, and then essentially going to be deploying updates over the weekend / on Monday, so that way we can review and share them with everybody on these calls on Tuesdays, to then get your guys' feedback, and then just keep iterating and improving. So the updates might be less frequent, but they're going to contain more stuff per update. Yeah. Reposition. What was the other thing? Oh, the pop-up. I think this is another one from you, Dan. The pop trigger. So like you could set amount of seconds you want it to wait before it pops up, or have it already be popped up to catch people's interest, or those preview questions. So it like prompts the user to click the thing. A lot of options there.
Somebody else had also asked me, could they increase the size of the chat bubble? Just throwing that out there. Like, it would be neat. Somebody was like, it's a little too small. Like, can I make it a little bit bigger so it's a little bit more prominent? And I think it would be.
And we are working on that. It's supposed to be height and width that was released at the same time, but we got height out, so width is coming soon. And I think
that's for the he's talking for the circle.
Oh,
little
the
chat
actual
bubble.
bubble.
The bubble.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we should be able to do that as well. I hadn't considered that, but that does make sense. Okay, let me write that down.
Yeah, because somebody was just like, yo, I like color is great that I can change it, but I want to see it more. Like, how do I make it bigger? and then somebody also wanted to be like, bubbles there, and then a little chat message pops up, and it's like, hey, is there anything we can help you with? I think you guys are aware of like that one though.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you want it slider? S.
Yep.
Okay.
And if you had the button right next to it, and it was like, woo, woo, woo,
Yep.
woo,
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that would be perfect.
Yep. We can do
Cool.
that. Yeah, so we copy the slider from Zahib.
Yeah, exactly. And then
By
also
the way,
put the bubble there.
the feature of increasing or decreasing the size of the chat widget has already been released, and I think it should be up now. So you can increase the size of your chat widget.
Is that both the width and the height now?
No, it's just the size because we had some issues related to the width, because on different screens the width needs to be adjusted, right? So for now it's only size, and I think we're working on handling the responsiveness on different screens regarding the width.
Got it. Okay. Awesome.
Cool. Alrighty.
Where do we find that? Is it in the chat interface?
Yes. Yeah, I can
customize your chat widget. Is it in there? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. But Mohammed, it just says large, medium, small, and extra large, and it's only affecting the height. Is that right?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, and we just need to work on affecting the width as well. But like you said, on responsive screens, that could be an issue. So okay,
because the width is definitely going to change depending upon the screen size.
Yeah. I think this is another one of those examples of our building block philosophy of how we're starting with these examples or these more, controlled options, and then down the road we'll make this into a slider or, more customizable options. So yeah, just right there. Yeah, it's getting there. As long as everyone still knows where everything is and it makes sense, like that's the main focus and goal. And then just go UI improvements from there. But Lucas, you good? You're just hanging out?
Yeah, I'm listening to everything. Already some of my questions were answered, but I have a few, if I may.
Yeah, please.
The languages, I had the same question. One thing is the API. Is it just one chatbot that will be implemented on the website, and then the same one can be used in, let's say, a Facebook message for the client? Is that right?
That is correct. And the way that you would do that is to make sure that you're using the right chatbot ID. And
Right.
so that would be this value right here.
Wait, we can
Right,
already
right.
plug this into Facebook?
Via a Zapier or a GHL or something else. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
If there's it's either Zapier or GHL. Maybe Zapier. Yeah, so you would when you're setting up the API, in the documentation, there's a section where you define the chatbot UUID, and then you'd paste in that value. So like in the Zapier app, if you're using the Zapier app, you would just paste in that value.
But it's just webhooks. Could we, in theory, just create our own little webhook handler? Or have you guys specifically integrated it with Zapier?
Both. You have both
Okay.
options.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
Cool.
Does that make sense, Lucas?
Yeah, that's for sure.
Cool.
One thing before I get ahead of myself, I just want to say, as Dan already said, like your guys, what you're doing is amazing. Like all the new features coming and updates, it just giving me more confidence and motivation to keep on building my end and yeah, it's just amazing. And
Appreciate it.
Dan is yeah, Dan got it right. It's incredible.
Thank you.
And well, one thing, and that's maybe an issue because I still have the free plan and haven't upgraded yet, while I will be soon as when there's a client to create a sub account for. But when I click the link to the subscription package out of another account or no account, say, it says ran out of resources. That just means I have no chatbots to that agency, and it won't just show them
Correct. Yeah.
anything else, right? Yeah, right. That makes sense. And is there, well, how to put it? Let's say I can't really go with the agency subscription now.
Mhm.
I can still though do everything in terms of the white labeling agency for X amount of clients, and then when the revenue gets to the point where I can, and it's just the free trial for now. That's the big difference, right?
Correct. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
full features.
Right.
The only thing is unlimited sub accounts and white label free trials, which is you have to have unlimited sub accounts to do that, basically.
Right. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
And with that, I wanted to buy just one chatbot so I can so I can see the end from the client's end. But I didn't find an option to add just one chatbot and just buy X amount of credits.
Got it.
Do I get
just
that
send me,
option?
put your email in the chat. We'll add them for you for free.
Oh yeah, you're amazing, guys. Thank you.
And humble ask, if you would like to submit a review, that could really help us out. And
oh yeah, sure. That's no problem.
That'd be very helpful.
All right, yeah, I think that's my question answered. Thank you so much.
Perfect. Yeah, you're welcome. Cool. Anybody else have any last thoughts, last questions?
Does this review act as like a fill station? Can we just keep putting reviews in?
I wish.
I'm joking.
Well, I think you still have the ability to do a tweet, right?
Ah, yes, I do. It's very true. I will go do that actually.
There you go. Cool. Tim, you good?
Yep, I'm all good. Nothing on mine. Oh, sorry.
Other Tim.
We got two Tims.
Yeah, I'm good. My end. Thank you. That's been really helpful. I'll have something almost ready live probably this week.
Cool.
As a front end website. I'm not sure that I don't want to put a free thing on there unless we've got it co-branded, you know, because but other than that, I think we're almost there now with those tips. The language thing will be really interesting in my client meeting tomorrow. And, it'll be an easy win, I think. That.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and pull that. Whatever you said, Dan, I'm gonna pull that out and make a whole tutorial on that because that was a really good line. Whatever you said earlier.
I can send you what I did too, but I didn't spend a lot of time, but it was very much so like just forcing it to like speak in the language of what it's being spoken in or to.
Yeah.
I'll send you what I have just for the line of code.
Cool.
Or what I had put in as prompt.
If I may add to that,
Mhm.
I tried that with different languages as well. I didn't put anything in the prompt or in the code of the chatbot, and I started using, as Tim already mentioned, Czech, German, and they all went flawlessly, just transitioned to whichever I was speaking. I didn't have to actually put anything before that, but if you do, maybe it will work more reliably, but still it worked amazingly, and yeah, it was a big surprise. And cool.
That's
cool thing.
neat.
That's good to know.
Awesome. Very good. Great job, guys.
Cool. Awesome. Well, thank you everybody for joining. We'll be in touch soon with more updates and hope to talk to you all soon. Cool. Thank you. See ya.
Cool. See ya. Bye-bye.